Usually I start these videos with an intro, but recently I started playing Valorant again and I've had a headache that hasn't gone away in 3 days. What's the best thing about grinding a game to near completion? Is it being rewarded for your dedication?
Your reward is a single screen. You own all the Pokemans, and it took quite a lot of effort to get this far.
Is it the satisfaction of finally getting everything done?
Oh, thank God.
Is it the sense of pride knowing how good you are after so long? Is it the friends we made along the way? No. The answer is none of them. It is the bitter realization that you could have spent this time doing literally anything else and you would have been happier, healthier, and probably even a little more intelligent. Nothing is more rewarding than the never-ending mental struggle for self-validation. I got absolutely no validation from playing this game because after taking over 59 hours to beat Cyberpunk's secret ending, I had earned not even one of those things. Let's talk about that. I'm not going to give you a rundown on the entire game because Cyberpunk's story is actually a lot and it's pretty good. Also, I'm assuming you know it already. But essentially, I thought you could do the secret ending right away, like as soon as you unlock the mission to complete the game. You could not. So how does one achieve the secret ending? Well, it's a secret, so you're gonna have to promise, okay? Like hit the like button to pinky promise you won't say anything. Alright, so I looked it up using Google and you have to meet a few requirements. First, during this heartfelt moment with Johnny, you are expected to sympathize with the terrorist who bombed an entire city and hit the right dialogue option every time one came up. Then you're supposed to complete a few missions for him, where the game gives you the option to flirt with someone who is closing in on being almost 80 years old while your body is literally being controlled by a terrorist. When asked if he changed anything he's done in his past, please note that none of these options include not nuking a city.
Bruh.
Yeah, I didn't get laid by the 80-year-old this time.
That how you're gonna leave it?
Ah, Johnny, no! He was so mad about getting rejected, he just vanished in front of me instead of doing it when I wouldn't notice. Now he wants to talk to his old band buddy, who's real happy to be reunited. Johnny wants to play one last gig with the gang, and you're forced to make a decision over which member plays after a disagreement about something leads to this guy filling her pool with cement. Which is kind of funny and also awesome, but even though I can sympathize with the mentally ill, you gotta sit this one out, buddy. That's a little fucked up. At this point, we run into a fun mechanic known as waiting. I mean, it's not all bad if you're trying to do all the missions, but at this point in playing, all I was concerned about was doing the missions required for the secret ending. You might believe that using the in-game wait feature would work, but you'll see why that makes no difference at all. After playing for 2 more hours, you finally get a call to do the show. Great. I believe now the option for the secret ending would be available. However, I was told by a friend that it was actually kind of difficult, so I played a little longer to get some more levels so that it was a bit easier. By a little, I mean about 9 hours, and I know I said I was only concerned with missions I needed to do, but I was having fun for now. And during this time, I did a few things like go on a date with Judy and then rejected her because if I know anything about myself, it's that I am undeserving of being loved by anyone, and the moment I get close to you is the same moment you start to get sick of being with me. I even participated in a street fight against a woman twice my size, which realistically I should have lost, but what's more unrealistic is the idea that I am worthy of being loved and appreciated by anyone with an ounce of self-respect. I'm taking my anger out on every steroid-abusing jockey in here to prove that I don't need to be an abnormally large man who drips with toxic masculinity to be the strongest fighter in the world. I did decide to shoot her, however, because she was scary and I already beat her once already. Also, assuming that this basket is a standard 10 feet, V's standing vertical would undoubtedly make her the greatest player to ever pick up a basketball. Which honestly makes me wonder how insanely cool sports would be if we all had cybernetic upgrades and pushed the limits of human capability. We should start holding events like the Olympics, but allow competitors to use as many drugs as they'd like and see how high people can really jump. By the way, I'm not too sure how many players saved all 17 cyber psychos instead of killing them, but these 2 pieces of clothing were my rewards for doing that. Not even an achievement or something. And there goes one of them. No! No! But I had my fun and now it's time to finish the game. I beat the former boxing world champion or something in under 20 seconds. I can basically punch like a truck. If I said what could possibly go wrong, I'm sure you already know things are not going to go as planned. As you go through the unskippable cutscene hell and make it to the rooftop where you don't want to talk about Jackie, you tell Johnny your plan for fixing your untreated schizophrenia. You have to tell him that he and Rogue should go raid Arasaka, and when he asks if you're sure, you're supposed to stare blankly at him for 5 real-life minutes, which I think is like 5 months in dog years. So after waiting 50 seconds and then sitting there listening to Decode by Paramore, Johnny will give you a different suggestion. I know the dancing skeleton is a little distracting, but he gives this really cool legendary Sigma male Giga Chad option to just simply go into Arasaka alone, which is the only option to satisfy my self-destructive tendencies since I don't want to bother anyone by asking for help. Validation and approval from the guy responsible for what's deliberately referred to as the Night City Holocaust can only be a good thing after all. I was so ready to beat this game and get off and eat like 2 Pop-Tarts or something after this, but the developers had other plans. This was literally just one fucking enemy, and he was a normal ass guard, and he was eating more punches than any boss I fought up until this point. If I was hitting like a truck before, then I am currently punching like a parked 2009 Volkswagen Beetle. This is not even mentioning how even if you survive long enough to kill these first guards, there are going to be 100 more after. Oh, if these fucking 2 mechs don't fucking kill you first. You probably didn't even notice, but on top of this, your health is capped at a percentage of your max. Why? Because fuck you. Shut up and play our game more. So what happens when you die? You could probably just save right before you go in, right? Alright, so I am obviously not ready to take this on. My build is for unarmed melee, but I have the legendary arm, so what else am I supposed to do? I don't know. Is there really much else at this point? Yeah, look at the map, idiot. There's so much for you to do, like, stop crime, and, get involved with crime. I've played for 41 hours and I'm only level 37 when the max is 50. Sure, there are still missions to do, so might as well do them, but goddamn is it demoralizing when you have been playing for that long thinking you are over-prepared by now, and it turns out you're not even fucking close. It's like you spent months studying for this test and you can answer every practice question with ease, then you finally sit down full of confidence and every question looks like this, and the whole time you were studying, your questions look like this. If I could hyperbolic time chamber this shit and just get stronger after what felt like no time at all, I would. But instead, I have to sit here and cook jambalaya and listen to this guy randomly trauma dump about how his parents died after inviting me to a family cookout, and the entire time intense battle music is playing because my game is fucking bugged. This mission was making me cringe so hard it felt like I was a part of one of those fake Reddit posts where dudes would try to convince you that their weird fantasy about their crush came true, and then everyone starts clapping at the end.
I offered her a boost over the broken fence so we could get to my favorite spot overlooking the city. She planted both her feet into the ground and jumped straight over without hesitation. I said, "Whoa, we like leaping." In my surprised voice, of course. I could have done that too, I just wanted to work together. She's so amazing. The way she treats me like shit and tried to kill me.
Look at us, 2 adults climbing the fucking water tower while the kids stay at the bottom and eat food like normal people. I went through this just for the XP and it made me feel sick afterwards. Listen man, if you're unhappy while you're single, you're gonna be unhappy while you're taken. Happiness doesn't come from relationships, it comes from alcohol. Trying to tell me that he's the best lover in this trailer park? Like bro, that's like me saying I'm the best YouTuber located 20 minutes west of Chicago in Oak Brook Terrace, Illinois. Roughly 23 feet on the left from the top of the blue slides on a hill near the intersection of Route 38 and 83. Like dude, there's like not enough people here in your area to make that a solid claim. It like may not even be true. Thanks for your gun though, I sold it and bought a hat. Not every mission was that bad, but it still felt like the game was testing my patience, because I kept getting moments like this one, for example, with Pan Am, where the game calls my aim dog shit and then destroys our shit faster than running over a pebble with a skateboard. What? For some reason, you're just supposed to shoot the cars a lot, so guns with a fast fire rate are the only way to do it. Thankfully, I immediately figured that out, because at first I just assumed that my sniper rifle that shoots fucking explosions would have done the same thing, but no. The game won't even give me the courtesy of providing music or audio when launching a dead guy in his car off a cliff.
Be kind to your friend. Out with a bang.
That was fucking lame. If it were not for the fact that I only found them after the realization that I'd have to play this game until I reach level 50, I probably would have found it funnier that behind the max strength skill check was 2 police robots playing poker. The game is testing me or something. Like, seriously, if you want me to make the funeral for that dead guy a little more memorable, I mean, I could do that for you.
Man, I'm finna whip this hoe.
Mamma mia!
I forgot what I was talking about. I'm gonna be honest. This sucked. There was this mission I avoided because I hate race missions, and then when I won the race, the game glitched and it made me redo it. I've only been suffering this playthrough. Why am I not max level after 50 hours? If I wanted to waste all my time on a game and feel like I'm never making any progress, I would have been playing Valorant instead. How did that fucking flashbang do that, bro? What the fuck? You might say, why are you still playing it then? First of all, take a shower, idiot. You smell like LeBron James tank top after the 4th quarter. And secondly, you're right. I literally don't have to do anything. But that's not what the power of will is about. The power of will represents your own ability to do whatever you can to appreciate yourself and believe, I worked hard for this today, maybe I am doing my best. And if I tell myself I can't do this because I'm like, this is stupid and way too difficult, or this is so annoying, it becomes just a little more challenging to convince myself that I deserve anyone's respect or admiration. But that's not even the worst part. There's an even more insidious bit that unconsciously shadows you after you've mentally given up. You probably believe that the worst part about quitting is the self-doubt that you now own after being labeled a failure. And you're not wrong. But the true killer is that it just makes it that much easier to want to quit in the future. What was your reward for giving all your efforts and going the extra mile? A choice between two endings that you could have gotten on any other normal playthrough. What's happening? What the fuck is this? What the fuck? I was told about this last time I was here. The Bazing Chong, a dog shit sniper, a dog shit pistol. That's all that's here?